I started publishing poetry in 1983.
Wow.
But
Wow. Okay, so it takes a while, but you know, wait, you said 1963. Two really interesting things happened on that day. Bob Dylan canceled to be on the Ed Sullivan Show on this day, March 12th, in 1963.
wow. Okay.
And the trio, because John Lennon is ill with a cold on this day in history.
March 12th.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Well,
Two really major things.
And later on that year, they killed Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
And that changed everything in my life.
Oh, wow. You remember where you were?
Yeah, I was in school.
Wow.
My freshman year in high school. And
Wow.
we actually got out of school early that day, which was unusual because I was in a Catholic high school. So
wow.
to close the school and send you home early. It had to be something serious.
Well, in 1964, it's the day Malcolm X resigns from Nation of Islam.
And that was my hero.
Yeah.
Which is why he's on the cover.
There you go. See, March 12th. There he is.
Malcolm.
On this day. Wow. For young men growing up without their fathers. And that's why you said Vivian was...
Vivian Juanita, my mother.
Right, I heard that. And I was like, is that like one person or Vivian and Juanita? Or like, you know, like I actually heard...
She was the dynamic duo. She said, I'm mother and father.
Wow, good for her. Did you have siblings?
I had two older brothers and a younger sister.
So she raised all four of you?
Four of us with the help of her sisters, my grandmother, Susie.
See, that's how it was back in the day. Well, yeah, yeah.
And her community of women friends, because there were a lot of us, and we all went to each other's homes.
Right.
But they all had the right to beat and correct you, so there was no escaping the discipline of that era.
Wow.
And I watched civil rights unfold in black and white TV, and
wow.
Scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, so where do you think we've come? Do you think we've come like leaps and bounds, but it's like 2 steps up, 1 step? We've
come a whole
we really,
because I never expected to get a president that kind of resembles me.
Right. Yeah.
Even though one of his parents was the others, but he's still who he is.
He is, and his kids.
His family is the first family of the United States.
Yeah.
And
the thing that is even weirder to me is that it's so weird that is. It's like, that's the weirder part, that it's unbelievable.
That it is weird.
Yeah. That's what,
I don't think so when you think of the history.
I know, the history is so messed up. And there hasn't been a woman president yet either, but...
Oh, well, I was going to vote for Hillary.
Well, you still probably will have another shot.
If I get another shot, I sure will.
Yeah, she's just being discreet right now. Some can meet. She didn't?
No, not back when Barack was running.
Oh.
I mean, I voted for him.
Right.
But I that's one of them.
You're president.
Perfect.
I think that would be a great ticket. It would. Those women know that White House inside out. No pun intended. Exactly.
And both of them have been mothers and understand the discrimination against females.
They do. Society. I think that would be like such a good ticket.
Yeah, it would be.
I always think in Michelle.
Working together?
Yeah. She's my Micheline.
I think they were both very good examples of stand by your man.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that's something that society should take a hint from.
Interesting you should say that with a book that's for young men growing up without their fathers like the president.
Yeah.
And he makes a big deal out of this. Has he ever seen this book?
I've sent copies.
You have? It's hard to get through unsolicited.
It's never been opened. You know, it could
but
be
actually, I'm just thinking, I know someone who has performed there. I don't know if she still has, but I'm going to introduce you to a really cool person.
Okay.
And you never know. Maybe you never know.
This is my first book.
Okay. Read this.
Before the divorce, read this.
Oh, I saw that on the website.
Poems Promoting Peace. www.homespromotingpeace.com.
Right,
Go
and
visit.
safer.
It's actually supposed to be an ounce of prevention.
Okay.
And the best
And
thing
you
is,
wrote it.
back in the early 80s.
Were you married?
Not legally, we lived together.
It's
But
different.
I know it wasn't.
Different. Doesn't count.
Hey, no, the divorce,
Yeah.
she broke my heart.
Oh.
And I wrote a book over it. And it's been in print for 30 years.
Good for you. Wow.
Self-published.
Are you friends with her still?
She kind of didn't want that since she wanted to leave. And
right.
I held on too long.
It happens.
Hey, look, I still love her. I wish
I read that little poem you gave me about
When
love.
You Love Someone, yes.
Yeah.
That was the first of the series. There are 22 more in here, and the introduction and the author's note will just be purging and confessing.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's cool that everybody does have their way of,
Cool.
but artists at least can express it. I don't know. I know other people do it in rage writing, and you do it in this like such
My rage writing is in the other books.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
I couldn't sell that stuff.
Really?
No.
The love sells.
It's not all about love. It's psychological. This is a philosophical idea, but
yeah. So you want to read one of these for me?
Which one do you want to read?
I'll just open to a random page like I did.
Page. I love that.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, she opened up
What does the universe want us to hear?
What color is love?
Okay.
What color is love? Love is orange blue. It is the color the morning sun sends through the atmosphere upon me and you. As you know, orange blue often comes mixed with gray. Think of all those loveless days you prayed the gray away. Now and again you feel love is yellow too, so frightened that it just strikes out constantly at you. Once in a while you understand why love is vivid green. It's jealous and it is the most vicious thing you could ever dream. But can you remember love's angry, vibrant red, ranting, murderous, suicidal rage over something simply said? As you consider the words you hear and the statements being made, ponder by yourself a little while. Love's purple through violet shades. Yet I am not here to decide what it should be. I only hope to have shared a little of how love appears to me.
Aww. That's so nice.
Well, I'm telling you, my heart is
black. Black and blue.
Yeah,
it was. It's wounded.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it is. It's a wound. It's an open, it's like a wound that needs healing. It's like so painful. Broken heart is like so, it's a real wound.
As a matter of fact, I had somebody tell me about wounded love. Probably 15 years after my book was finished. So it took me about 3 years to figure out how to write wounded love. And that became a song, which is now on the CD of this book, which is called After the Heartbreak. Just listen.
Wow.
And they're walking around the street wearing signs. It's going to be me.
Wow.
And I'm looking to hire somebody to walk around wearing signs.
Oh, really?
Can't pay much, yeah, but I want somebody to go out there and find out is the response to them wearing signs a little different.
Oh, wow. What's happening? Is it crazy?
Well, I wear signs, so people think it appears they think I'm insane.
Sure.
A bad man.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to get close.
Right.
So I want to hire a young person, put the signs on them, and just go stand on the side and see the response.
You think that they'll get a better response?
I believe so.
You do? You think you're scary?
A middle-aged old man wearing signs? Come on, tell me.
Yeah, dropping stuff.
Oh, these are my photographs.
What are they? Show us. Mark Anthony. So Mark Anthony. Oh, these are they're.
That love letter from the book for young women, which is based on the book for young men, and the love letter is just the introduction to the book that I decided to write for the women. And most of it comes out of positive messages, but there's an entire series of messages that I wrote just for a daughter I never had, because I've still been childless.
That you know of.
Well, no, I kept a friendship with all the women that I slept with. So
oh my God, what a gentleman. You're like a rare bird.
my father wasn't there, and I was mad about this. I didn't want to
Right.
be one of them.
Oh, that's a smart man.
Oh,
Wow, that's a whole big can of worms, man.
thank you.
That is. God
And
bless
I
you
was
about
12 when
it.
my mother and father divorced.
Oh, so you do remember him?
No, he was gone before I was 6 months old.
Oh, okay.
She just made it official when I was 12.
Okay.
And that didn't
Was
change
he
anything.
the same daddy of all your brothers and sisters?
Just the two older brothers. My younger sister has a different father.
Okay.
But we all
So
have the
three
same
of you.
mother.
So did they remember him?
My oldest brother does.
He thinks he does.
Well, he says he does.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
He was
3 years older than me,
Okay.
and I was 6 months. So he has memories. He has memories of him visiting after the breakup. But
sure.
I was a little, maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years, and then
Baby. No, you wouldn't remember.
No, because my half sister is a year and a half younger than I am.
Okay, so you remember him.
No, I remember the fact that I didn't know I had a father except my mother told me I had one.
Right.
I don't remember his face. I don't remember seeing him.
Right.
I don't remember anything about him. And I chalked it up to it was a good experience because he must not have been a good guy. He's already gone. And besides, I was too angry to be philosophical then.
Sure.
I didn't start writing until I was in my teens.
Good for you. So you found art.
Writing was my therapy, and it was a way for me to prove I wasn't crazy.
That's good for you. But now you think people think you are crazy when you wear the signs.
I'm an advertisement that doesn't speak up.
Yeah.
Now, if I was saying something, I might get a different response, but I tried talking to strangers 30 years ago.
Yeah.
25 years ago. 20
You're
years
brave
ago,
to do that, though. It's because you're.
It's going to be here after I'm gone, so I got to advertise while I can.
Good for you. Good for you.
I'm here because...
So where are the signs? Because
okay.
I saw them, but are they over there?
Oh, and this is publicity that came from being in the past. I'll get the signs.
Good for you. Publicity from like your art or for watching you walking around in your signs again?
No, that was when I was private chauffeuring as a taxi driver.
Wait, come back, MaRc aNThoNY. MaRc aNThoNY. I want to hear some positive messages as well. So how many CDs do you have out?
Just one. After the Heartbreak, Just Listen is a reading of Before the Divorce Reapers as the only song on it at the end.
Okay, so it's...
And I sang it a cappella because I'm not a musician, but...
There's nothing wrong with a cappella.
I've tinkered with all
Actually,
kinds of
very much. Can you sing it now?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Would you?
Let me think.
Wounded Heart.
No,
Wounded Love.
Wounded Love. Isn't it fair? Our wounded love needs our full attention. So wounded love we have and share. You wound me, and why do I expect you to change? Why do you? Why do you expect I'll remain? A wounded love is a protected creature, and wounded love wants to leave unkind. Many wounded loves get caught in their misery. These wounded loves won't let love. Why do you constantly wound me? And why do I expect you to change? Why do you ignore my feelings? Why do you expect I'll remain? Why do you constantly wound me? And why do I expect you to change? Why do you ignore my feelings? Why do you expect I remain? This wounded love is not good for either of us. Some wounded loves survive to live again. God's love's not wounded, so why not reach for it? Then healed wounded love will shine from within.
That's awesome. That is like a beautiful song, man. That is really.
I'm
And you
hoping
can sing.
I'm hoping somebody will cover it and make us some real money.
Ah, it's a really good song.
I need a group of musicians who just want to do that one song. I believe it would be a good winning song because and you know how many wounded loves I think half the population.
Sure. It's interesting how people word it. Like other people do it in other words. It's a universal thing for
Exactly.
sure. Absolutely. So show me your signs.
Um,
What sign are you?
Cancer.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Wow. So you're June or July?
July.
Okay.
July 1950.
Nice. You look good. Whatever you're doing, it's working. Positive messages. And no kids. No, I'm just kidding. I love my children. I have 2 fabulous kids. They're amazing.
Part of the reason I have to age.
Hey, yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. So you wear this like on the front and the back?
Yes, it's
The
a
walking
board.
sign. People just don't read it. People are just not paying attention.
I think that's part of it.
It's probably most of it. Everyone's in such a hustle bustle to go everywhere, but these are amazing.
And it took me a while to figure out.
So beautiful. Oh. Is that the hat? I've seen you with the thing on your head. Oh, it's brilliant.
See me out there. I'm not an insane person.
Right.
You can download Before the Divorce, read this and positive messages off the internet.
It's so
At a
perfect.
discount. At a discount.
How did they find it? What's the website?
They can find it on Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, iBooks, and a
Okay.
couple of the others. But this world before I die.
You're not dying so fast, so read yourself a positive message. I think you need one.
I'm going to do that. I'll pick out.
You want, yeah?
Okay, this
Is that a good one? They're all good, right?
Page 51. If you're not sure about something, ask someone or go look it up. Some blunders can't be fixed. Don't be too quick to make assumptions. This one is on my advertising. Please plan. Short-term plan, long-term plan. There is an old adage, he who fails to plan, plans to fail. Remember this.
Now, can a plan, do you mean like on paper or in your mind, or what's your plan for the next week?
Well, for the next week,
Yeah. Do you make weekly plans?
I actually,
Yearly plans? What kind of plan do you have?
I do short, medium, mid-range, long-term, and goals.
Okay, so what's your plan right now?
Right now, the long-range plan is to become a famous dead man.
Okay, all right. That usually can
and
happen.
rich and the great.
I kind of feel that's probably mine too. I feel like when I die, I'll be much dumb, which is fine with me because I have no problem with that. I like living under the radar.
Well, I've been living right in front of them under the radar.
Yeah.
As a living poet,
Yeah.
I knew from childhood they really weren't looking to make poets rich and famous. So
Yeah. I have Allen Ginsberg's birthday, and I feel so lucky for that.
I met him twice.
Really?
No, it was just in passing at
Nice.
some readings, and he was one of the guests.
Uh-huh.
I was bold enough to walk up to him because I wanted to give him my book.
Of course.
Well, I gave him. One
And
day
he
I
took
was
it?
drunk. Yes, he
He
took
was
it. He was
nice.
gracious.
Yay.
Real gracious. A real nice man.
Yay!
Considering the notoriety and his fame.
Yeah.
He was just a humble spirit.
Good for him. I always feel so lucky. I feel that I share his birthday.
Well, in my former life, I used to drive yellow medallion cab
Yeah.
as a way to sell poetry.
Ah,
And I drove for
you're a
23
relentless poet.
years. And which is why
Were you allowed to do that? You were allowed to like have a
technically I was breaking taxi for the
right? Yeah.
I know,
Good for
I know.
you. Woo!
I lied to
Rebel.
them. I lied to them.
Rebel
when they
with no
confronted me.
children.
Yeah, that's why I could be a rebel. I didn't have to worry about somebody threatening my kids.
Exactly.
Say, look, if you don't straighten out, we'll get your children.
Right, yeah. And your broken heart too.
Well, that's how they kept the slave mothers in line.
That's true.
I mean, seriously, a whole lot of people got to grow up in their family because mama didn't argue, she didn't fight back,
I know.
and daddy was real humble.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they sell your kids and you never see them again.
Wow.
So they don't, can't, the Holocaust can't even match that kind of crap. But,
well, they're all pretty bad.
yeah, but this one is still extended.
This is the day that Anne Frank passed away. So.
Do you know Anne Frank was my
This March 12th, rest in peace, Anne Frank.
Bless her heart.
Yeah, and she was 15, almost 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was 13 when I had to read her diary as part of freshman year. And after reading her diary, I realized that if that 13-year-old gay girl could change the world by having me read her work, and I needed to start putting things on paper. Anne Frank.
Yeah, today's she's our angel today.
Oh, hey, thank you, Anne.
Yeah, she's here.
Bless her soul.
Exactly.
Wow. Thank you very much for inviting me today.
So listen, so when you were driving a cab, you were selling poetry. Did it work?
I sold When You Love Someone, I actually started selling it, and after about 6 months of selling it, a friend of mine who is now my rap client, he said you should give it away because you'll reach more people. And I found out after people said they liked it, if I just told them they could keep it, they would give me more money than I was willing to ask for. So I made enough money giving copies of When You Love Someone away to pay for the publishing of the book a year and a half later.
Good for you.
Although I spent the money in the process.
Of course. But it's true, when you give things away, people do appreciate it, and they don't feel pushed, I guess.
Well, I was advertising.
But you do have to make a living somehow.
Well, that's when I got the book published.
But you were driving a cab, so you were at least...
I was making enough to cover my expenses.
Yeah, that's about how we do it.
I never drove to become a cab driver. I was in a bookstore.
Good for you.
And looking for advertisement. It took the Times 12 years to find me.
But they did.
Yeah. Now, that didn't open any doors.
Of course.
But 2 years later, the Daily News found me.
Excellent.
And that got me on national television.
And how was that?
It was fun being on the Rolanda program.
Oh, Rolanda? I remember her.
She did a segment on cab drivers, and I was just one of 7 people invited.
Nice.
I got to read a portion of When You Love Someone on the air.
Wow. That's really cool.
Back in 1997.
That's not that. I mean, I always think the 90s don't seem so long ago, but they are, right? I know. It's crazy.
I mean, there are people who are old enough to be having kids since that time.
I know.
And they shouldn't be having children, but, right? I'm not a judge, forgive that.
Yeah, well, that's okay. We'll forgive you. And I want to tell you, today is National Milky Way Day.
National Milky Way Day.
And would you like a Milky Way?
I will take it with me.
Excellent. Now, we need to get a skeleton from your closet. Do you have any skeletons? I mean, you come across a art man that only writes all these, like...
Oh, no, my skeletons?
Yeah, let's hear something. What'd you do naughty in your life, Mark Anthony, besides having the same name as Mark Anthony? Just
my mother decided that.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, the real one was Cleopatra, right?
Marcus Antonius.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she had a woman friend who was very kind to her. Her name was Marcia.
Okay.
And my godfather's name was Anthony. So I was named Mark Anthony because her husband wanted to name me Charles. The third son. She said, I let you name the first 2. I'm naming this one.
Oh, really? Aww.
That was how I was told.
That's funny.
So I'm Mark Anthony BuTCheR. And I'm still me. I refuse to change the name because she fought for it.
It's a great name.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
It has enough syllables.
But wait, where's your skeleton? You're like kind of like non sequitur here, and that's my middle name.
When I drove cabs first in the early 70s,
yes,
they used to have hot seats. I devised a system to dismantle the hot seats.
You mean like for heat?
No, the hot seat was to make sure that if somebody was sitting in the car in any of the other seats beside the driver,
yeah,
the meter would turn on. And that means you couldn't get any steal any money.
Oh.
Well, I found a way to take
Are you
my
serious? They had.
You asked for a skeleton.
Yeah, wait a minute. So wait a minute. There was a hot seat? Like, could you turn it on as the driver?
No, it was a company seat and it was locked away inside the desk.
And it was arbitrary? Like, which seat would heat up? Or they all
No,
would
they
heat
didn't
up?
heat up. They just had a metal
button.
plate
And
so
they-
that if somebody sat down on the seat,
It would
the
register.
the meter would turn on,
Wow.
and you could not give no free rides and make some extra money.
Wow.
Well, I found a way. I'm not gonna tell
Good
you
for
how.
you.
but-
Have another Milky Way. Wow. Good for you.
You know what you said? Bro?
Mr. Messages. Yeah.
I'm in my 60s. I was
It's
in my early
a
20s.
positive message. All right, that's
I
good.
don't think any of them are still alive to complain about it, but the
Mm.
statute of limitations says I
Right.
got away.
Good for you.
I got away with it from them.
Yeah.
God punished me severely.
Oh, of course, it always does.
And that's why.
Where
that's
no
why I
one wants
converted.
a clean
That's why I
line. Come on.
converted to walking in the commandments and minding my own business. I had to create a business to mind.
Good for you.
I don't bother other people. I walk around promoting 100% of this because I own it all.
Excellent.
You know, it's not worth a lot yet, but if one of you out there is rich and looking for a good investment, Yamo Publishers is just waiting to meet you because I've got a contract with the Department of Education for both of these books. I just can't make any money yet.
Right.
I don't have the wherewithal to do it all.
Join our ReW collection.
Ruin.
That's the common thread, man. And please come back anytime.
Thank you so
Would you like to
much.
push a button?
I will press another one.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Thank you so much, Mark Anthony. We'd love to hear more. We will be right back on this
Thank you.
Kookoo Southwest South by South.